This program is brought to you by Magar Homestay and Adventure Resort.
Hello and namaste everyone. It's me your host Swastika Shrestha. Welcome to the yet another episode of Work Mania. र आज पनि हामी सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको भेन्यूमा रहेको छौँ र आज पनि हामी सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको बारेमा विस्तृतमा जानकारी लिने नै छौँ। र साथै आज पनि हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको एमडी रधन भण्डारी र साथै हेड अफ IT अनुकुश शर्मा र अपरेटिङ म्यानेजर अनुश श्रेष्ठजी हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँहरूसँग हामी विस्तृत रूपमा यही कन्सल्टेन्सीको बारेमा रहेर कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। र फर्स्टली भने अब हामी कन्भर्सेसनको इन्टरभ्यूको दौरानमा आज हामी एमडी रधन भण्डारीसँग फर्स्टली कुराकानी गर्न जाँदैछौँ। लेट्स वेलकम हिम अन द शो। सो राधनजी, वेलकम अन दिस शो।
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving your such valuable time to us.
Thank you for giving us an opportunity to share our experiences with you.
So yeah, basically, firstly, I want to ask you, like, what's on your mind, that what's your conception to pursuing search education in Nepal?
The reason is that the founder of the organization is a Nepalese. That's one of the most important part. And I think his aim has always been, because he was an international student, his aim has always been that he should do something better for the students who wish to go and study overseas, to share his experiences with them, and to give them a better facilities, to give them a better education in terms of getting them aware about how the life is overseas, and have a better opportunity, a better job opportunities. So all these things really makes a lot of difference. That's one of the reasons.
So it's already been 25 years you are in this field, yeah? So how you feel that working on this field? So what you getting from this?
I think this is more about my passion. I'm more passionate about counseling, educating students, what they should be doing, how they should be doing, what are the opportunities they have overseas, how they can make their life better. I think I have been doing since started in 1998, formally started in 2001. And since then I have been in this industry because of my passion, helping students, helping parents, educating them, giving them a better opportunity. I think that's one of the main reasons. I did thought of twice to get out of this industry, but I just couldn't.
So yeah, you've been interact with a lot of students over all the world. So what do you think about, what's on your mind about Nepalese student, like conception of Nepalese students, what they think about reading on abroad, like in that way, how you think?
If I have to, I'm not going to give you any comparison about it, but I'm going to share you my personal experiences with Nepalese students. One is that they're very hardworking. Nepalese as a culture has got a lot of respect in all the Commonwealth countries. That's one. Second is they're very hardworking. The third is that whatever they do more of skill work. They do more of skill qualification, which is eventually required by all the countries. They need skilled people. And I think Nepalese are one of the best skills, for example, hospitality. Then you have, in coffee making. There's a lot of skill qualification which comes inside. You go to the agriculture side, you will see a lot of Nepalese working in those fields as well. Then one of the most critical part is your medical. Nurses. I think after Filipinos, nurses, the Nepalese nurses are the ones who are being recommended or even being offered opportunities in overseas countries as well. So I think these are all factors which make a lot of difference. And I think we are there to support them, to guide them, and to give them the best of the information, whatever we can. But Nepalese, I think they have stand exceptionally so well in all the countries. They've done very well.
Yeah, so talking about aims, ambitions of students, like when we were young, even me, when I was young, I used to think like I will going to be doctor, I will going to be nurse, I will going to be this, I will going to be this. But after the years, when as passes, like time passes, then I feel like I'm okay with this field, and then I started working here. So what do you think about youngest peoples who not stable with their mindset? So what's your suggestion to these students?
I think what I feel is not about my feeling, but I think every parent will always say to their kids is that, one is that whatever you want to do in your life, you do it. Whatever you feel is right, you do it. Second is, I think the most important part is that whatever decision you make in your life, you have to be very focused.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The waiver which every student have is not only because it's their mind, it's sometimes the society you live in, the people around you live in. Everybody has got some sort of influence, all right, that no, why you want to be a doctor, be an engineer. Sometimes when students hear that, oh, my friend is doing in hospitality, he's going to be a nurse, he's going to be a doctor, let me also do the similar things. Sometimes they don't use their own skills. They feel that we can do everything. I think that's one of the point that why the mind always keep on waving. So my advice to them is that do whatever you feel is right. Do whatever you think that you can do it.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's not the parents who are going to study. We are guiding. It's not we are going to study with them. It's they have to study. So they have to take their decisions. They have to make their mind, but they have to be focused.
So yeah, talking about youngster, whoever visit the consultancy and they feel like they felt after visit consultancy, they feel like, oh yeah, this is not affordable to me. This is not my parents gonna affordable to me as well. So what do you suggest like that in that situation?
I think I started my career as a counselor. So the most important part, it is always to need to understand what student wants to do. Every student wants to go to overseas, all right. But the most important part is that do you have an income?
Yeah.
Do you have money? Do you have resources to manage your overseas qualification? Our advice has always been that we always understand the student's budget. And we always love to speak to their parents because they are the one who are going to sponsor them. Kids are excited because they have to go overseas, but ultimately the parents who have to invest into the kids' education, which is more important. So as a counselor, my part is to make sure that what is their budget, how much they can spend in a year. Then we talk about what countries you can go.
Yeah, exactly.
What course you can study. What course will give you what career. Do you want to come back or do you want to stay there? We always guide as per their preferences, as per their needs. So I think these are the very critical part to make it more affordable. I have seen situations where the families have agreed upon it, but when they go there, the fee structure is different, the fee structure is higher, living expenses are there. So there are a lot of factors which play into a role. I think the wise decision would be to give them everything in black and white, tell them this is what you're going to face. Now you plan how much you can afford.
So yeah, talking about Nepal, context of Nepal, like socially, economically, and infrastructurally, like a lot of people are going abroad, like even they are not, it's not affordable to them as well, they are trying to go abroad. So talking about a such education consultancy, it's helping to to those kind of people who are not able to afford like that things.
See, if a student is brilliant, if the student is good in their academics, it's not only about us as a consultant. Even the universities, the colleges do offer scholarships.
Yeah.
Students do get scholarships. I think majority of the students going to, for example, going to Australia or even going to Canada or UK or Ireland have got affordable fee structures. Plus, if their academics are good, they get scholarships. And the scholarships is paid during the time of the studies they are doing, depending on the university, depending on the country. But it is always the extra benefits which come into play. And I think that's one of the reasons why parents also make a decision, fine, you got the scholarship, this is the money what we have to spend. And then student has an opportunity to work there. They can work 20 hours a week as per the norms of the countries they're going for. And they can also gain experience, they make some money, they can bear up their expenses, but the most important part is that they're getting experience out of it. So it can be affordable, but depending on which country, what opportunity, what do you want to do, those are the things which play a very major role.
So yeah, it's very intellectual to talk with you that if I talk about the pandemic, like what kind of situation that such education faced and the students who went for the abroad, what they faced and what the situation they passed from this problem. So what you tried out to overcome all this problem from the pandemic?
I think this is something which the whole mankind has faced it. As an organization, our key part was to ensure is that the students who have already are in touch with us or already processed application through us, the first responsibility comes as an agent is to ensure that we keep them updated on the information what is happening. Secondly, we also need to ensure that whatever the support is can be extended to these students from the universities, colleges, from wherever they got the offer. We need to ensure that they get the right information. The third part was that making sure that if any of the students has joined online, they are studying online. And whatever the facilities or whatever the coaching we need to give them, if they have to do it, we have done that part. We have circulated information through our online portals. We have given them through Facebook. Every time, whatever the changes have come in, yes, students have always faced a lot of challenge, no doubt about it. Somebody has got a gap of 2 years in their qualification. That's one. Second is that, the gap also builds up. Most of the students are studying back in Nepal as well now. They have not gone overseas because there is a gap. And secondly, the parents feels that after this, they want the kids to be more close to them rather than going overseas. But now the borders are open. Students are going. Whoever wants to go, they're going now. And we are supporting them the best way, whatever we can. I think even the countries where they're going, everybody's providing them the best of the scholarships. They are giving best of the facilities to them now. Some has given accommodation. So everybody, not even us as an agent, but I think all the countries, all the universities are also supporting every single student.
So yeah, at the end, I have a lot of things to do. I study about this consultancy as well. I have to talk about IT professor as well of this place. So at the end, I want to ask you, like, what's the vision that you have to search education in Nepal?
The vision what we have is to ensure that every student gets fulfill their dreams. They get best of the education, they get best of the career, and whatever we can contribute to make it successful, that's our mission and that's our vision.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
So now it's time for first commercial break. कतै पनि नजानु होला, ब्रेक पछि भने हामी पुनः हेड अफ आईटी अंकुश शर्मासँग सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीकै बारेमा विस्तृतमा जानकारी गर्नेछौँ. Stay tuned. Welcome back after our first commercial break. र अहिले भने पालो भएको छ अब हेड अफ आईटी अनुकुश शर्मासँग सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको बारेमा कुराकानी गर्ने क्रम. So now let's begin. Welcome him on the show. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Really thankful you are giving your valuable time to us.
Same.
So I just read this all. Search Education launches overseas education app and portal as well. So what is actually vision out and what is the purpose of it?
So we at Search Education, we saw one gap between students' dream to study abroad, right? So to plug that gap, we thought that we should come up with a solution which will help them achieve their dream. And also, there is a gap when a student wants to study abroad and they are not aware that how they'll be, taking their next step. They are not aware what kind of, institution they'll be choosing, what should be their destination, things like that. So we saw this gap and we thought we should work as a conduit between students and their dream to study abroad.
So I heard this, the Search Education is the first consultancy that operating mobile app and portal as well, it is?
Yes, it is.
I want to ask another question, like what it actually work, mobile app and portal news, what it actually work?
So see, let's say you are a student, right?
Okay.
So if you come on a app or portal, once you come in, you will be able to, shortlist courses, search courses, basically. So that's the first keyword that we have. The first thing that they do is search. It's also very much similar to our name, Search Education. So that's the first thing that they do. They search their courses. Now, once they are done with their search, Next part would be, they want to compare. So let's say I want to compare MBA in Australia with MBA in UK, right? So I can select 2 courses from both the countries. I can compare them. I can see what kind of scholarship I'm getting from the UK university, what kind of scholarship I'm getting from Australia.
Okay.
What's the ranking, right? So that also plays a very major role. That let's say the Australian university is ranked number 49th, and that one would be maybe 30th in the world. So the student can compare all the key points. They can shortlist the courses. Once they shortlist it, even the counselors at Search Education get to know that okay, what kind of courses a student is looking for. So that gives them an insight into students' thought process. So the student is looking for MBA, so they are now aware the student has shortlisted MBA courses there. So once that is done, next step would be if once they are counseled by the counselor, they'll be applying through the portal. So they are just a click away, and the application is submitted to Search Education to be processed for the university they are looking for. So once the process starts, they kind of start getting the notifications, updates on their process of the application, that your offer is in process. You have got your offer letter. Now you are going to, if there is any document missing, they'll be getting notified that okay, this document needs to be submitted, please do it on the portal. So they just can go to their phone, attach the document and send.
Okay, yeah, this is very useful, and within it, it's very interesting as well. Yeah. So when it going to be launched?
So it's already launched now, and anyone can go to the Play Store, Apple, if someone is using, they can just go to the App Store and download it right away.
So yeah, you are Ankush, you are the part of the Search Education consultancy. So what do you, at the end, what do you want to suggest to the students?
So I would say, it's a very important decision of their life. So they are going to take a very, vital step in their career. So it's very important that they, do things wisely. They take all the things in the consideration, be it, the destination, their course, which is, is it going to suit their profile or not. So all these things needs to be done beforehand, and that's how we are going to help them with the app.
Okay, so I want to ask, like, Search International Education Consultancy was established in 2015 in Sydney, Australia, right? So it has been expanding like Nepal, India, Chile as well. So it's like a student who wants to study abroad. They are going by through this consultancy, Australia, Canada, USA, UK, Ireland, and New Zealand as well. But is consultancy trying or planning to expanding destination as well, or it just be within it?
No, definitely we are expanding. We started with Australia and New Zealand. We have already expanded to other destinations already, and we are all, looking to add more in the kitty very soon. So you will be seeing more destinations that we are, catering to from Search Education.
Okay, thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time again for another short commercial break. कतै नजानु होला, अझै पनि हामीसँग कुराकानी बाँकी छ र अबको ब्रेक पछिको क्रममा पनि हामीसँग अपरेटिङ म्यानेजर अनुश श्रेष्ठ हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँसँग हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ. Stay connected. Welcome back after the short commercial break. र अब पालो भएको छ अपरेटिङ म्यानेजर अनुश श्रेष्ठसँगको कुराकानी. So let's welcome him on the show. Welcome, sir. So, अघि पनि हामीले ग्लोबल CEO त्यसपछि IT प्रोफेसरसँग सर्च एजुकेसनको बारेमा कुरा गर्यौँ नि. अब हजुर चाहिँ अपरेसन म्यानेजर हुनुहुन्छ सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको. सो अब चाहिँ हामी कुरा गरौँ सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सी नेपालमा अहिले यहाँनिर हेल्ड भएको चाहिँ कति वर्ष भयो?
So नेपालमा हाम्रो अपरेसन स्टार्ट भएको चाहिँ नि 3 वर्ष भयो. But search education by itself has been around for 7 years. So हाम्रो हेड अफिस चाहिँ नि सिडनीमा छ. And especially we have 3 offices in India itself, 3 offices in Nepal, and 3 office in Chile itself.
नेपालमा चाहिँ कहाँ छ?
नेपालमा हाम्रो काठमाडौँमा भयो, त्यसपछि दाङमा छ अनि महेन्द्रनगरमा छ.
Okay, so yearly कति स्टुडेन्ट्सहरु चाहिँ फ्लाइ गरिरहनु भएको छ थ्रु सर्च एजुकेसनबाट?
So through search education, of course, 3 वर्ष भनेको majority of the time was taken by COVID. So like any other business, हाम्रो बिजनेसलाई पनि अलिकति इफेक्ट गर्छ. स्पेसली यो ट्राभल रिलेटेड इन्डस्ट्रीहरूमा चाहिँ नि धेरै नै ह्याम्पर भएको छ सो अब when the borders have started opening up where we're looking at the back seat of COVID itself होइन अब चाहिँ we're restarting so definitely हामीहरूको अब prospectमा चाहिँ नि धेरै छन् so we're working towards that भन्न पर्ला
भर्खरै ग्लोबल सिइओ रदन सरसँग पनि सोधेँ कि वाइ सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सी नै भनेर सोधेको थिएँ सो हजुरको पर्सपेक्टिभमा चाहिँ के लाग्छ
so
वाइ स्टुडेन्ट्स शुड चुज सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सी
So search education को लागि एउटा वर्डमा if I had to describe it would be integrity हैन किन उहाँले सरले पनि भन्नुभयो होला we are very transparent with our students हैन हाम्रो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरु यहाँ आउनदेखि लिएर उहाँहरुको इन्टायर कस्टमर जर्नी एक्सपिरियन्सलाई चाहिँ हामीले सकेसम्म ह्यासल फ्री बनाउन खोज्छौँ हामीहरूको अब मोबाइल एप जुन लन्च हुँदैछ त्यो पनि त्यसैको मा चाहिँ एउटा एडिसन भनौँ हैन so that is an addition to our effort to make it this entire experience hassle free for students so studentहरु ठाउँ ठाउँमा धाइराख्नुभन्दा पनि they come in have a good experience we have very expert counselors जुन सर्टिफिकेसनहरुदेखि लिएर उहाँहरुको डिमिनरहरुदेखि लिएर सबै हामी भेट गरेर मात्र हायर गर्छौँ हैन so since the moment they walk into the facility to the moment they are leaving the country this is a different experience for them
सो अघि भर्खरै मोबाइल एपको बारेमा चाहिँ मैले आइटी प्रोफेसर अनुकुशसँग पनि जीसँग पनि कुरा गरेको थियौँ कि मोबाइल एप चाहिँ दिस इज द फर्स्ट कन्सल्टेन्सी द्याट विच अपरेटिङ मोबाइल एप एज वेल इज इट
यस नेपालमा चाहिँ नि अब अफकोर्स बाहिरतिर जानु भन्दा when the technology is higher there are we're not going to say that there might not be other भनेर पनि but नेपालमा चाहिँ नि for the first time for a Nepali company to launch it yes it is the first time
अहिले त लाइक ट्रेन्ड जस्तै भएको छ बाहिर कन्ट्रीमा गएर पढ्ने बाहिर अब्रोड जाने वर्क पनि गर्ने काम पनि गर्ने नेपालमा बसेर केही पनि हुँदैन भन्ने खालको माइन्डसेट मान्छेहरूको यङ्गस्टरको भनौँ न यङ्गस्टरहरूको एकदम धेरै छ सो साथसाथै यङ्गस्टर सँगसँगै अब प्यारेन्ट्सहरूलाई पनि कतिपय कुरा कन्भिन्स गर्नुपर्ने सिचुएसन हुन्छ नि त लाइक अब फाइनेन्सियल क्राइसिसको कुरा होस् अब त्यस्तो धेरै कुराहरू हुन्छ नि त सोसियल्ली इकोनोमिकल्ली पोलिटिकली पनि अहिले कति धेरै अनस्टेबिलिटी नेपालमा भइरहेको छ सो त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ हजुर के भन्नुहुन्छ प्यारेन्ट्सलाई चाहिँ व्हाट यु वान्ट्स टु सजेस्ट
So not just parents, students पनि भन्दा पहिला I'll share my own experience. I did study abroad myself and I studied and lived abroad for a good part of a decade. But I came back to Nepal because it's there are benefits of studying abroad, definitely there are. Because you get तपाईँले जुन exposure पाउनुहुन्छ जुन learning exposure देखि लिएर cultural exposure that definitely helps you establish and become a better professional in your career. हैन त्यसपछि of course it opens up a world of opportunities for you अनि अब नेपालमै किन नगर्ने भन्दा there is always a choice right ultimately choice कस्तो हुन्छ नि if you go abroad it gives you the choice about where your life is going to be better हुन्छ नि you might not have that same choice if you are restricted to living in Nepal but with a research education course then one of the goals is to give that students that opportunity to decide where their life is going to be better
exactly
so that is a big decision and helping them achieve that dream is a big part of why research education exists as well.
Okay, so talking about back to the time, back to the period, even you are the foreign student as well. You study for USA for kati year ko lagi?
I was there for almost 9 years.
Yeah, you were there for 9 years. So what do you suggest like what's yahaबाट expectation के हुन्छ त्यहाँ गएपछि reality के हुन्छ like expectation versus reality हुन्छ कि expectation versus expectation नै हुन्छ बाहिरको life चाहिँ?
So यसो हुन्छ no two students have the same journey everybody has different journeys आफ्नो journey आफै you determine your own journey when you are going through a consultancy you have a better educated like तपाईको जुन भन्नु नि बाहिर गएर कस्तो हुन्छ त्यो एक्सपेक्टेसन चाहिँ नि if you have an educated expectation then it will come more closer to what the reality is if you go there with an unexpected like हामीले के पनि थाहा नभइकन गयौँ भने त्यहाँ गएर हामीहरूको रियालिटी चाहिँ नि देन द्याट अल्सो बिकम्स अनएक्सपेक्टेड सो जति सक्दो हामीले इन्फर्मेसन लिएर जान सक्यौँ भने त्यहाँ लाइफ कस्तो हुन्छ त्यहाँ हामीहरूको पोसिबिलिटिजहरू के छ मैले यो कोर्स पढेँ त्यहाँ पढेँ भने के हुन्छ त्यो सबै क्वेसन्सहरू यहाँ आएर एन्सर गरेर जान सक्नुभयो भने चाहिँ नि तपाईँको त्यो रियालिटी र एक्सपेक्टेसनको ग्याप चाहिँ नि अलिकति कम हुन्छ
या सो अहिले चाहिँ अब यङ्गस्टरहरूमा कतिपय मान्छेहरूमा चाहिँ कस्तो खालको पर्सेप्सन पनि बसिसकेको छ भने एउटा त्यो देशभक्ति टाइपको हुन्छ नि त्यसो पनि भइसकेको छ सो जो बाहिर अब्रोडमा गएर पढ्न जानुभएकोहरू हुन्छ कतिपय मान्छेहरू चाहिँ फर्केर पनि आइराख्नु भएको हुन्छ र कतिपय चाहिँ वहीँ सेटल पनि हुनुहुन्छ सो हजुरको पर्सनल पर्सेप्सनमा चाहिँ एउटा त्यो हजुरलाई आफै लागेको कुरा चाहिँ के जस्तो लाग्छ बाहिरै बस्नु इज बेटर अर लाइक ब्याक टु होम इज बेटर
होइन त्यस्तो अब अगेन द्याट इज अ भेरी पर्सनल काइन्ड अफ थिङ भनौँ होइन मलाई देयर इज नो लाइक बेटर भनेर आफ्नोलाई जहाँ बेटर हुन्छ आफूलाई फिल हुनु त्यही बस्ने हो अब पेट्रियटिजमको कुराहरू पनि छ राइट पेट्रियटिजमको लाइक इफ यु आर पेट्रियट एन्ड यु स्ट्रङ टाइज टु यर होमल्यान्ड देन यु विल अभियसली कम ब्याक right? But if your life is going to be better over there, and in Nepal, even if you consider it, I don't know how politically correct it is, Nepal's major leading source of income is becoming remittance.
Yeah.
Right? So that is something that you can consider as well. So ultimately, it is your decision. Nei भन्छु म हैन like yes, नेपालमा opportunities छ. If you are working hard on it, नेपालमा plenty of opportunities छ. नेपालमा गर्न नसक्ने के पनि छैन. But if you are getting opportunities globally, then there is a plus side to that as well.
So yeah, we are running out of time as well. So at the end, I want to ask कि search education consultancy ले चाहिँ अहिलेसम्मको 3 years को periods मा चाहिँ like you all accept large of things पनि होला हैन सो अहिले कति भिजनमा चाहिँ कतिपय अब्स्टिकल्सहरू पनि आइरहेको होला हैन लाइक अब कम्पिटिसन पनि छ नि त बजारमा कति धेरै कन्सल्टेन्सीहरू पनि छ सो त्यो अब्स्टिकल्सको माझमा चाहिँ हजुर कसरी फाइट गरिराख्नु भएको छ र स्टुडेन्ट्स अब आउने स्टुडेन्ट्स जो चाहिँ अब बिस्तारै पेन्डेमिक पनि नर्मल हुँदैछ बाहिर जाने क्रमहरू पनि बिस्तारै बोर्डरहरू पनि खोल्दैछ सो एज अ स्टुडेन्ट्सलाई पनि के सजेस्ट गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ र अब कन्सल्टेन्सीको एउटा अब्स्टिकल्सको बारेमा पनि तपाईँ कसरी चाहिँ रिमेम्बराइज
of course. So consultancy, of course, there are सबैलेको obstacles धेरै नै थियो, especially the past 2 years भनौँ. It has been an obstacle and a hurdle that everybody had to go through. Search education को चाहिँ नि हाम्रो senior management team एकदमै strong हुनुहुन्छ, right? So when your senior management team and your management team is really strong, then you are going to be able to overcome a majority of the obstacles that you have, right? So we are expanding now. Rapidly expanding. हामीहरू काठमाडौँभित्र पनि अर्को ब्रान्च खोल्ने तर्खरमा छौँ काठमाडौँ बाहिर पनि अर्को ब्रान्च खोल्ने तर्खमा छौँ नेपालको त एक्सपेन्सन प्लान्सहरू भयो त्यो बाहेक ग्लोबली पनि हाम्रो एक्सपेन्सन प्लान्सहरू धेरै नै छन् हैन सो यस डेफिनेटली अब त्यो एस्पेक्टले वी आर लिपिङ बाउन्ड्स अब यो कोभिडको ब्याक बर्नरमा हामीले वी आर बिल्डिङ फ्रम स्ट्रेन्थ टु स्ट्रेन्थ एन्ड इन टर्म्स अफ स्टुडेन्ट्स यस द वर्ल्ड इज ओपनिङ ब्याक अप एन्ड द वर्ल्ड इज ओपनिङ ब्याक अप विथ अ लट अफ अपर्च्युनिटिज सो इफ यू वान्ट बेटर एजुकेसन then definitely you need to be better educated in terms of your destinations as well.
Right? Okay.
So search education ma the difference you will have is of course that experience with मैले भने right तपाईको त्यो एक्सपेक्टेसन र रियालिटीको ग्यापलाई हामीले नेगेट गर्न चाहिँ आई थिंक हामीहरूको टिम इज भेरी केपेबल अफ negating that. So definitely if you can stop by for a visit भन्छु म चाहिँ नि हैन.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever I enter this consultancy career, I feel like wow, the vision, the ambitions, like the ambienceहरू हुन्छ नि हेर्दाखेरि ओहो यहाँ चाहिँ पढ्ने इन्भाइरोमेन्ट रहेछ है टाइपको ओके सो आई फिल भेरी ह्याप्पी एन्ड यस अफ कोर्स अल द भेरी बेस्ट फर फर्दर अपकमिङ डेज एज वेल एन्ड अल द भेरी बेस्ट फर सर्च एजुकेसन्सको फ्युचरको लागि पनि थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर ह्याभिङ
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच इट वाज अ प्लेजर बिङ हियर
थ्याङ्क यू सर र यो साथै भने हामी यस एपिसोडको अन्त्यमा पनि आइपुगिसकेका छौँ र आज पनि हामीले सर्च एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको बारेमा केन्द्रित रहेर कुराकानी गऱ्यौँ साथै कन्सल्टेन्सीको एमडी कन्सल्टेन्सीको आइटी हेड अफ आइटी साथै कन्सल्टेन्सीकै अपरेटिङ म्यानेजरसँग पनि हामीले आज कन्सल्टेन्सीको बारेमा विस्तृत रूपमा जानकारी लिने कोसिस गऱ्यौँ र साथै अर्को नेक्स्ट एपिसोडमा भने हामी अन्य विषयवस्तु लिएर उपस्थित हुने नै छौँ टिल देन किप वाचिङ योहो टिभी एचडी स्टे सेफ स्टे होम स्टे कनेक्टेड